Welcome to the next Code With Me video for Chapter 10. With this video, we're starting off with Activity 10.5, Exploring Accessibility. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that all of the all of the items that we're working with are navigatable and accessible. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to be modifying our page, not with the mouse, but with the keyboard alone. So what I want you to do is I want you to load the index page in Chrome and refresh. Now, do not touch the mouse, your trackpad, or any other item that has a pointer, such as the mouse. We're going to be using the keys. So the first thing I want you to do is press Tab. Hopefully, your first link that's highlighted will be the home page, which receives focus as indicated with the blue border. Click Tab again and goes to Classes. Tab again goes to Farms. The Tab key lets you iterate sequentially through the clickable elements on the page. You can do this again with Facebook, Google, or pretty much any site nowadays. If you press Shift Tab, it navigates to the previous link, in this case, Classes. You can press Enter to select the link. In this case, it takes you to the Classes page. Click Tab for Home, and press Enter, and it takes you back to the home page. Now press Tab 5 times, and it'll take you to the video player. The video player displays a blue border to indicate it has focus. Tap Spacebar, and it should play the video. Spacebar plays and pauses the video. Okay, well now what we're going to do is we're going to navigate to the first video control, the play button, and tap Enter. The video plays. Good. Enter can stop the video, but Spacebar can play and pause the video player when the player is focused. Enter can play and pause the video when the play control is focused. So even though you may not see it, the play item is actually selected versus the video control, which is the blue box now. So press Tab to go to the playhead slider. Actually, I have volume. There we go. And you can press the arrow key, in this case I'm pressing the right one, to navigate forward and backward of the video. Notice the mouse is not moving. I can press left and right to navigate, and I can press up and down as well. Press Tab to move to the speaker icon. In this case, it's 2 tabs back from me, and press Enter to mute the video. Enter or Spacebar mute and unmutes the video when selected. Press left multiple times, and it should decrease the volume, which in this case it is not letting me. That's okay. And you can also go to the full screen item and enter full screen mode. Now from this, you can tap Tab or press Tab multiple times to iterate through the controls, but you only get the controls, nothing else. You can either go back to the full screen icon, or you can press Escape to exit out of full screen. Once you're done with that, you can press Tab to go to the video transcription, Tab for the form field, Tab to the subscribe button, and this is the last clickable element of the page. So now if you press Tab again, it takes you to the first clickable icon in the browser. In this case, it is the X of the tab. Some cases it will allow you to display the security information if you get the eye icon. In this case, I'm going to move the mouse right here. Sometimes some browsers will give you more information, but you can also display the security information for the page if you want as well. Okay, so we can exit out of that, tab one more, and now we highlight the URL. Now we can type a new URL if we want. We can tab one more time, or in my case a few more times with extensions, and it gets me back to the first clickable link in the page, which is the home link. If you want, you can use your mouse to open the accessibility folder and open the index file in Firefox, or if you already have Firefox loaded. There we go. Perform steps similar to those to navigate the page into the video file down here. And if you notice, the video player in Firefox doesn't behave like Chrome does. I can still skip forward and back. I can press spacebar to have full screen, which is not what I wanted to do. It's a little harder to navigate. Like right now I'm pressing tab, but I don't know where I'm selected. Make sure I got focus now. Don't know where I'm selected. So it's a little harder, but that's Firefox for you. Okay, back to Chrome and brackets. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to click to the opening body tag with activity 10.6 and create bypass blocks. So the first thing we're doing is inside the body tag, we're going to have a href, and we're going to have a hashtag or a pound sign to jump to a section on a page. In this case, main content. Jump to main content. Okay, so the link exists, and now we need it to have somewhere to go. In this case, the main section. So ID, main content. Save, refresh. And if we click on this link, you'll notice that it automatically jumps us to the beginning of the content, and our URL changes as well. Now this is basically a bypass link. In CSS, you'll learn how to hide this, but if someone is in a text-based browser, they can see this and automatically jump to the main content, bypassing the stuff in the very beginning of the page. Navigation, headers, logos, anything else that's unnecessary to the page itself. Next, we're going to be modifying meaningful links. In this case, step back one. Every page should have a bypass link at the top. As there is little content in each page, you may not notice that the link works unless you shrink your browser window so that it scrolls. If you feel the bypass link would spoil your design, the link can always be hidden with CSS so that sighted users don't see it unless the tab key is tapped. We'll get to order of operations in just a bit. So if you want, you can go ahead and add this. I'm just going to copy and paste it on all the pages. Save all, and then role ID main content. Copy, paste, back to index, save all. Okay, now we're going to create some meaningful links. So on the farms pages, we're going to go down to line 30. Line 30 has visit website. Well, that doesn't really give us anything to work with. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to modify visit website and add visit the 2 Mile Farm website, which makes things a little easier to work with instead of just visit website. Going to do the same thing, line 35. Visit the Baker's Dozen Farms, D-O-Z-E-N, right keys, wrong orders, website. Now, the two links have meaningful text. We go to the farms page, we go down, visit the 2 Mile Farm website. That's better than just visit websites. Now we have meaningful titles as well. If you take a look at the title, you'll see that every single page has the exact same title. And if you put this through a checker, you'll notice that it'll give you an error saying that every page has the same title. So if someone goes to this page, we don't know what page we're on because it just says the farmer's market. What we're going to do is we're actually going to add some items to each page to make it more meaningful. For the first one, home. Let's check it out. Save, go to home, and now it's more meaningful because we know what page we're on now. Go to classes, and we're adding a separator, in this case a dash. You could have the pipe symbol, you could have ... you could have brackets if you wanted to. We're just going to go with a dash to keep it simple. Farms and sellers. Wrong key. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry, that's supposed to be become a vendor, and this one is supposed to be featured farms. There we go. This activity itself specifically requires Windows and Internet Explorer. If you want, go ahead and locate the same index file and open it in Internet Explorer. It may have a prompt for allow blocked content. If you can, go ahead and allow the blocked content. Drag the browser window away from the top of the screen so it's not maximized, such as this. Shorten the browser window so that the scroll bar appears on the right side. I'm using Chrome and on a Mac, so scroll bar should be right here. Now press the Tab key several times until you get to the Jump to Main Content link at the top of the page, which should display a dotted border to indicate it's selected. If you press Tab too many times, you can press Shift-Tab to cycle backwards. Once the bypass link is selected, this one, press Enter to sudo click the link. The page scrolls down to the main content. The first link in the main content area is for the video player itself, followed by the link for the video controls, which is correct. Tap Tab again to try to select the video player, which will display a dotted line when selected. Again, this is Mac on or Chrome on a Mac, so it's displaying a blue border. You can then use the spacebar to play the video, but in some cases, Internet Explorer, once you press spacebar, will return to the top of the page instead. So what you can do is you can actually fix this by saying that this first section, the main, you can state tab index equals -1. And what that will do is it will actually allow you to play the video instead of jumping back to the top of the page. It may not do anything visually, but for Internet Explorer users, which is still a good percent of the market, this will be very, very helpful. If you don't have Internet Explorer, don't worry about testing it out, but as far as adding it to the code, I would recommend go ahead and adding this to pretty much every single page you have that has a main section. Classes and index. So that way, everyone is happy that uses this. So that is it for this video. In the next video, we'll deal with the understandable guidelines and the robust guidelines for activities 10, 8, 9, and 10. If you have any questions about this or anything in Chapter 10, please send me an email or hit me up on Twitter, and I'll get back to you the best way with the best possible answer.